Hey gamers, Bullets here. I'm here to talk to you about other gamers. Being online has made being a dick so easily done with no fear of real retaliation or consequences of any sort that it's almost become the thing to do, these days anyway. But I'm going to give you 6 reasons why it's not the thing to do. Point number 1, which is actually a pretty good Chevelle song, I'm just saying. Assholes who make friends with assholes only get one thing: competition for who's the bigger asshole and a dude that would turn you in for a glazed donut. Don't get me wrong, I've been guilty of being a dick, but it's usually in good fun and trolling, and I tell the person I was just messing with them, and I apologize. I've actually done this several times and made friends this way once they realized I wasn't really being a dick. Point number 2, you were not born with the gift of swag, finesse, or whatever stupid word you want to use to declare your so-called dominance. As if you were born kicking and screaming with a controller in hand, and always the know-how. Everyone's a noob at a game at some point in time. Point number 3, it not only affects the gamer, but it affects the game itself. It annoys people like me and many others who don't want to hear that dickish nonsense. It's attitudes like that have literally destroyed entire populations of games, such as Call of Duty is one of the biggest ones. Everyone thinks they're a bunch of dickheads and they don't want to play the game unless they've already had a foot in the door and experience in the series. This in turn hurts the entire game and its potential for fun. The more players, the more money spent on future projects. Gaming in its own is a place of business as well as a place of fun. So once again, you weren't born with these talents, so don't be a dick. Some might argue, yeah, I just picked up the controller and that was pretty badass. Well, either you're lying your ass off or you're a prodigy, but it's still no reason to be a fucking dick. Point number 4, you could easily give someone a complex about themselves. How do you know that person isn't already depressed? I mean, think about it. You don't know that person. Maybe gaming is the only thing that person feels they can do to socialize or relate to others. Maybe they have anxiety about public places and gaming online is what they use for that needed human interaction. Everyone is different, and yet many people have the same issues. There's a lot more of those guys than you think. So you want a few laughs and a good time at the expense of someone else, but do you really want to cause that much damage? You could seriously fuck somebody up. Point number 5, people feel invincible online, but truth is, you're not. In fact, online is the kind of fight you don't want to get into if you aren't a hacker of any sorts. And it's not impossible to get addresses on here either. I mean, seriously, I'm not a very scared guy. I don't get scared very easily at all. I weigh 185, which isn't huge, but it's fair enough. I've taken punches, and I've thrown punches. And jail is nowhere near as bad as the movies will show you. I promise, it's just boring. Playing cards and watching TV. I also have a full-blooded pit bull who adores me, a rat terrier who's my house alarm, and other means of self-defense laying around the house. But even that doesn't make me feel like I can just be a dickhead for no reason. Point number 6. A friendly gaming atmosphere with a good level of trash talk is healthy and fun. I have a blast when playing games online, and I tell people I'm going to shove my barrel up their butts or they better watch their flags because I'm going to take that shit. But it's all in good fun. Trash talking, it's fun stuff, but make it about the game and not about the person. Or at least make it funny or whatnot so that at least it doesn't seem like a real serious put down. This brings more gamers back, which brings in more money, which helps the franchise grow, expand, and benefit all gamers in the future, including yourself. I'm not perfect. For instance, I can't stand PewDiePie. I have my rivalries too. I can't stand that guy. But you know what? Some people love him. I don't go to his videos. That's it. For those of you who like the guy, that's great, but he doesn't have anything to offer me that I personally want. But I don't spend my time going to his page and leaving hate messages. I just leave the guy alone. All you're doing when you try to look like the cool guy is turn yourself into the asshole, making an ass out of you, but not me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying turn the other cheek. I'm just saying don't be the asshole to start it. Alright, I hope I got my point across. Bullets for lunch? Fucking later, noobs. Nah, just kidding.
You got to hate me.